Good morning, everyone. So, in scrolling through Facebook this morning, I came by a post that a lady had done, a friend that I had shared some goji berry seeds with, and she was asking about how they bushed and all, and it was in a group that I'm not a member of, and it's the first, or well, I don't know that it's the first time, but anyway, I couldn't make a comment on it, so I decided I'd just do a little video on them. Which I have other videos on them also, but these two here are two of the originals I got several years ago, and the pots are full. They multiply out, they make a rather big bush, and they come back up from the root also. These are some 3 pots here that I found at Lowe's last year, and I bought a pot, and I don't remember how many pots I got off of just the one, dividing it up from the root and everything, but these could still use more dividing up. And I had, the first year I had them, I kept them in the greenhouse, and I had goji berries all winter long. And this past year I didn't do that, and they go on up to, I think it's zone 5. And one of the things I was concerned about when I first started with them was, I think they were down to zone 9 and I'm in zone 8, but was the heat, because it said they didn't like a lot of heat. But they were doing pretty good. They need, like I said, I'd planned on taking all of them out of the pot, so I really need to put some other things in those bigger pots. These are some, there's 2 or 3 right in here, that these were the ones that I had kept over winter in the greenhouse, and they were from seed that I had started. I had cut this top to where it's like a little terrarium, and I had started a handful of seeds in it last year, and after they had got up a little size to them, I potted them up, and I still, there's several more around and about anyway, but those are 2 that I just see right offhand of the goji berries. And I had planted out next to the fence, and I walked that way, but I'm also going to mention my moringa. Since I put that gel and the old compost around them, they have just turned green and started really bushing out, and I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to clip some of these young tops and add them to my stir fry today that I'm going to do with my papaya that I bought the other day. And I had a fire over there yesterday, moving some of the cedar limbs from out in the front to where I can mow out there, and I had just cut the moringa stalks from here, and just took them out there and throwed them on them, so now I'm going to have a smoldering fire out there, I reckon. But anyway, this is the goji berries where I had planted them out here and kind of trellising them up on the fence, and there are quite a few. I had, between each post, I had 2 bushes put down, and some I hit with the weed eater and trying to keep it clean, and they didn't come back. And like I said, in the lady's post, somebody said that deer didn't eat them. They might not eat them, but when my fence row here grows up, the deer will walk along and eat the grass and all from the fence row. And while they may not eat them, they did pull up several right after I had planted them in here. And then the rabbits will eat them also. But like I said, I wanted to mention the moringa. these were the stumps from last year of the moringa that had got up, and this is a sprout of a moringa coming back from the stump. And I don't know how many, I think it was 5 or 6 in here. I don't know how many may come back, and it's no big deal to me. I have more of it than just those in the pots than I can use. But that's another goji in here. And I had tried to mix up the different varieties. I had 4 varieties at one time, and I had, in cutting those moringa stalks, I had thought I'm going to try to get out here and see if I can weed eat a little bit. I don't know how my stamina is going to be. I'm already pretty well winded this morning, but like I said, they spread and come back from up under the root, and they're not hard. I rooted a bunch of them and shared them out. Whenever they get the long runners, you can just, I did it just putting them in the little cups with some dirt over them, and that worked for me. In some of the videos I watched on YouTube, they talked about you can eat the leaves off of them, and that they just stick them down in the dirt and root. I haven't actually tried any of that. I did the little trick that I do, kind of air layering. And this is where, along in here some, is where the deers had got some of them, and the rabbits had got some. There was one right in here, but I see the vine, but don't see any growth to it. But I know there was some still on down to the gate down there. But they're not hard to grow from seed. They do, in one of the, at least one of the videos talked about taking and protecting them over the first winter. And I did that on the ones that I started from seed. And like I said, I don't know, I let a lot of them go to waste last year because I didn't put any. I still have some in the freezer from the first year I grew them. But that was what was going on today. And I just wanted to mention about the moringa and the, like I say, cover a little bit more on the goji berries, for maybe the lady will see it and it'll help her out with her plants. Go get a weed eater started. Blessings all.